Hey you guys, it's Amy Gretchen. Welcome back to another Project Life Process video. So in this video, I'm going to be working on week 11 from 2019. And I'm going to be using Ali Edwards' Story by the Month kit. So what I've noticed this year is this kit comes with a lot more than just stamps, chipboard, and cards, which is basically what it came with last year. But now it's coming with a few more things, and it's actually coming in this really cute, small little plastic zipper pouch, which is awesome because there's so many uses for this. I was actually really excited when it came because it used to come in the small paper brown bags, which I thought were fine too. Love this though. Anyway, so what came in this kit, like I mentioned, we've got the chipboard. And so these were all digital files that came out in May last year. And so these are May themed. And then we've got the stamps, and it's a 3x4 size stamp. And then we've got the cards. So we've got some 4x6 cards, and then we've got a whole bunch of 3x4 cards. And then it also came with some word phrase stickers, which I'm always a fan of the word phrase stickers, especially the white and black. And then it also came with these really great wood, little wood elements, and I haven't seen, I think they're kind of like banners. I haven't looked at these yet. And this says May Joys, Moments, You Do You, Here Comes the Sun, This Month, Here's the Story, Celebrate, and This is May. So as you can see, a lot of these things have May. They're, you know, some of these products actually have the word May in it, and they are May related. But the week that I'm doing is week 11, and that's, I think, in March, somewhere in the beginning of March. I don't have my little note here, so I gotta go get the actual dates for that. But I am going to just go through these supplies, and I'm gonna pick out the ones that I can use. So this card right here says This is May, and I think this is a really great card. I'm gonna save this for when it's actually May. I think that'd be really great to use. But there are several cards in here, including things like Good Stuff, Enjoy, Love This Story, you know, quotes that I'm going to use. So definitely this May details is something that I will put aside and use it another week as well. And this one that says This is May, I'll just set these aside like I did with the other ones, and I will bring them out and I will use them another time. So I'm probably going to use these cards. I've got a lot of my photos. I think there's a couple more that still need to get printed off. I was thinking about using this card either as a title and then just putting the dates, or I actually like the idea of cutting these out and putting them right onto the photo, on 3 of the photos. So I might do that. We'll see what happens there. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and get started, and we'll see where this ends up.
All right, so the first thing that I'm going to tackle is where I'm going to put my photos, and you know that I do this every single week. If you are not new to my channel, it's always the photos that I put in place first. And the one thing that I wanted to make mention about my photos from this week is they're primarily from one day. So do I feel bad about that I'm telling a story over a week's time? But most of my photos, now not all of them, but most of them are coming from one day. I don't feel bad about that because it's just a glimpse into the 1 week in our lives, right? And so basically those photos could be taken on seven different days, mostly because we do very similar things on every day, but they just happen to be on one particular day. Now, the reason why I did that is because I've still been debating about whether or not to do my 12 of 12 project. You can see that I really haven't been talking about that much on Instagram, other than I really haven't been on social media very much, but I have been thinking about taking a break from it and maybe doing something different. However, when the 12th of the month comes along, I just take pictures, right? That's just something that I do, except this last month, was it April? Yeah. this last month in April, I didn't even realize it was the 12th. So this is the first time. And it actually kind of shocked me, and it made me a little sad actually that I didn't realize it was the 12th. So I think that that was myself telling myself, can I say it that way, that I need to take a little bit of a break from it. I've kind of been not as hitting my photography as much as I have in the past. And I'm absolutely okay with that. Like, I've been trying other things. The other day I went and I made some jewelry, and I loved that experience. It was a lot of fun. So I've really been trying to do some other things creatively, not to set aside my camera or not to set aside documenting my life, but I'm just needing to do some other things. So I am grateful for whatever pictures I take, and I'm grateful for whatever documentation I do get for the week, because I do love project life and I still want to continue doing that. So I'm just letting you guys know that most of these photos I took on the 12th, and I'm not going to be doing a collage from, in my project life from that particular week. And so, that particular day. So I decided to go ahead and use the majority of those photos just for this week. And like I mentioned, not going to worry about that at all. So I just want you guys to remember that there's no rules to this, and to give you guys a little bit of a break. If you only take photos on one day, use those photos. Use the photos that you have to tell the stories that you want to tell. You can see that I'm not putting dates on anything, and I'm not really worried about that so much, but I wanted to give you guys permission to make this project whatever you want it to be. So anyway, there you go. Hopefully, you've been given permission to do that. All right. So I've skipped a lot of the things that I have been working on, but you can see that I went ahead and I cut up that time with you card, like I'd mentioned in the beginning, and stuck it on 3 different cards. I just thought it would kind of be fun. It was 6 inches long, so it would fit perfectly on a photo. And I just love the idea of it being there. This is actually something you could also do digitally if you have the digital card, or, you could just type right on to the photo. I'm looking for a 4x6 card that I can use for a title card. You can see that I actually pulled out a card from April's Story by the Month kit. This says Spring Forward. And I actually thought this would be perfect, not only because it has been raining recently, but also because this week was when we actually spring forward, the time changed for us. So, I thought that would kind of be a perfect card for this week. There definitely is, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of themes with the Stories by the Month. Like this one had a lot of May things, and April had a lot of, things for April. But if you set those things aside when the weeks come up for that month, then you can definitely go ahead and use it. Like that card that says Spring Forward, I could save it and use it for the week where we actually have daylight savings. And so you can see that it just kind of fits perfect. And I also went ahead and added that banner that says Celebrate right underneath it. So I'm deciding to make my own card, my own journaling card. So on the back of that card, it had like story 1, story 2, story 3. And what I noticed is the stamp set actually had the story 1, story 2, story 3. So I thought it would be really cool to just make my own card. Another stamp that was on there said Celebrate. And the Celebrate had... it was hollow on the inside, so it's something that I could maybe color. And I thought that would be fun to kind of pull out my Copics. So I laid it all out, and you can see that I'm using the Misty tool so that I only have to stamp it once. And then I'm actually stamping it one more time just because it wasn't dark enough. Now, I kind of wish I hadn't done that with the story 1, 2, 3, because it kind of made it a little bit thicker, but it does make it darker and easier to read. So that's totally fine. Right now I'm trying to decide what Copic marker I want to use. So I'm pulling out this hex chart that came from Sandy Onyx. She is a genius when it comes to color. She has a YouTube channel. Definitely check her out. You can purchase that hex chart if you're interested, or if you have some Copic markers. She even has a bunch of hex charts for other like coloring pencils and things like that if you are interested. It actually makes choosing colors so much easier when you have it all laid out and you know what colors you have. And then, you know, when it goes to buying new colors, you know exactly what you would like to get. So I actually went ahead and I used 2 different colors for that. It was I can't remember. I'll have it down in my description below. I was kind of that teal color, and I did the lighter, and then I actually did a little bit darker on the bottom, just kind of to give it that ombre look. It's actually really hard to see, but I definitely did do that. So I also wanted to finish off those little time with you banners with some staples. I felt like it kind of needed some anchoring right onto the photo, so I put staples on both sides. So basically, I am done with this spread. Now I've got one more card that I want to have some journaling. And what I ended up doing is what I was thinking that I would write under that good stuff, that journaling card, I actually wrote under enjoying. So I was like, oh no, now what am I going to put on this journaling card, good stuff. So I kind of had to think about it for a minute, and I ended up walking away, probably having lunch, and then coming back. You can see that I didn't end up filming myself actually doing the journaling for good stuff. And I feel like maybe the stories actually ended up being pretty similar. So anyway, but when I came back, I realized I still needed to do the dates on the titling card. So I just went ahead and I put the dates down, and then I am completely done with this spread. You can also see that I added that chipboard that says, "Here we go." And then I have another wood veneer banner on one of those 3x4 photos onto the right side. Anyway, you guys, I really hope you're able to get some inspiration from this layout. It is pretty quick and simple, but it's fun to be able to go through that Stories by the Month kit and just pull out the pieces and assemble them into a spread, especially because they all go together so well. Anyway, I hope you have fun playing with this kit. If you have not yet subscribed, definitely check out Ali Edwards' site. And you guys, we will catch you in the next one. Bye.